Good morning, Lola.
Good morning, Lynn.
Take a deep breath. I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Oh, will do.
As you know, we're doing some interviews with our classmates to kind of prompt people to come to our reunion this year.
Yes.
So I thought you and I might chat this morning.
Okay.
How did you and your family arrive in Central Brevard?
I was born in Christmas. I'm a fifth generation native Floridian. So I lived there. We stayed in Christmas for 3 years after I was born, and then we moved to Brevard County. My dad was a range foreman for Duda and Sons, and we first moved to Cocoa, then the Frontenac area, and that's where I grew up. And then after I got married, I moved back into Cocoa. So I've been here a long time.
The Christmas thing interests me a bit. I know some of our local families, the Tanners, the Tuckers, many of them had roots and were pioneers in the Christmas area. And I know you worked on a book about Fort Christmas a few years ago. Can you tell me a little bit about Christmas and your connections there?
Yes, both sides of my family were pioneer settlers of Christmas, of Fort Christmas, and the ones you mentioned, the Tuckers, the Tanners, the Cox family. I'm related to all of those, and most of the ones. It's a beautiful community, and we put a pictorial history book of Christmas together, and it was probably one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever done. It took us 6 years to complete it. I wrote 2 of the chapters, the Yates family and the Hatch family, which was my mother's parents. Her father was a Hatch, so it was just a rewarding experience.
I remember Belzora Hatch from our high school. Is she one of your relatives?
Belzora is my cousin. Her father and my mother were brother and sister.
Is the book about Fort Christmas still available?
Yes, it is. It's sold in the store there at the Fort Christmas complex, and they had it in hardcover and softcover. I believe they sold the hardcover out, but it is still available.
Where do you live now, Lola, and how long have you been there?
I live in West Cocoa off Cox Road. We've been there almost 45 years. We've been married for 49 years. Got married in July, right after I graduated in June, and moved to where we're at now in 1969. So we've been there a long time.
I know you were a stay-at-home mom for most of your life, but did you ever work?
I did work. I was a church secretary for a time back in the 80s. I loved that. And then I worked a couple other part-time jobs through the years, but worked the most with the Brevard elections office. Loved that work. Early voting, survived early voting every time, but it was just an exciting job. I retired from there.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about your family?
Of course, there's my husband, Bill. He was a graduate of Cocoa High in 1962. We have 3 wonderful children, actually 5, because our daughter gave us a son-in-law and our son gave us a daughter-in-law. Our youngest one's not married. We have 8 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren, identical twin boys. And being a twin, I have a twin brother. It's nice to have twins back in the family.
Now, a lot of us know Lee, your twin brother. Do you have other brothers and sisters as well?
I have a total of 4 siblings. Lee is my twin brother. I have an older brother and another 2 sisters that are older than me, all graduates of Cocoa High School.
And how about your children or grandchildren? Any of those graduate from Cocoa High?
All 3 of our children graduated from Cocoa High. My youngest was a valedictorian in 1996. All 3 did wonderfully well at Cocoa High, and I've now had 3 grandchildren graduate from Cocoa High. So,
is your life any different from the way you thought it would be when you were in high school?
I don't know that I really thought about how it would be. I think I've just always taken it as it came, but it's been a good life. I'm very happy, very content, and it's been good.
What have you accomplished or hope to accomplish, but what have you accomplished that you're proud of?
I think my greatest accomplishment are my children. They've all turned out wonderfully well. They're just a blessing to me, grandchildren too. But I'm very pleased with our children, and I was very active being able to be an active part of their school years and just their life in general still are. I hope to write more. I love to write. I love to paint, draw, sketch. So I hope to do some writing now in these later years, and even some painting maybe.
Have you stayed in touch with any of our high school classmates or reconnected with them over the years?
I've seen the ones that remained in the Cocoa area, which actually are quite a few, but I've reconnected a lot by being on the reunion committees. That has let me really become friends with people that I only knew as acquaintances in high school, and now Facebook has just broadened that base of friendship. It's amazing how close I think we've gotten with people on Facebook.
How have you changed, other than the way you look, of course, since we graduated from high school?
I was very shy, very introverted, very insecure growing up, so I think maybe I'm just a little more confident, a little bolder, a little more extroverted than I was then.
It's funny, Lola, I think you and I came all the way through school together, even elementary school, and we never even knew each other until recently.
I think that is true. I really didn't talk to a lot of people. I was extremely shy.
Was there a group of people in particular that you hung out with or ran around with in high school?
Pat Marsh, who was one of our valedictorians, she and Richard Scott were valedictorians, but I was close with Pat. I haven't kept in contact with her. Occasionally through the years we have had an email, but I look forward to seeing Pat. I hope she comes to the reunion, but I haven't. I've just reconnected with a lot of people now.
Did you play any sports in high school?
Not in high school. Loved PE, loved track, loved anything to do with sports, but I was not able to participate in the Girls Athletic Association.
Now, we had a powder puff team. Why didn't you play powder puff?
I really wanted to play powder puff. My now husband, then boyfriend, Bill, told me not to play. He did not want me to play powder puff, and like a dummy, I listened to him and didn't do it, and I've regretted that since. That's probably my one regret, is that I didn't play powder puff.
Were you in band in high school?
No, I wasn't.
Do you play any instruments?
No, I don't. The radio.
But you can draw and write, so that's a good thing.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, I've written a lot. I've had 2 poems published, and then the book that I helped with at Christmas.
Did you enjoy your high school years?
I loved school. I enjoyed school all the way through. Like I said, I was very shy. I wasn't involved in a lot. But I enjoyed school just as a tremendous experience.
Who was your favorite teacher in high school, or teachers?
Mr. Babcock was one of, I think, my favorite. He had to drop out our senior year due to illness, but he was an excellent teacher, senior social studies. Mr. Utley, Mr. Terrell, they were both English teachers, 11th and 12th grade. They were excellent.
Were you in any clubs?
I was in pep club. I didn't always get to, especially after I started dating Bill, I didn't do the pep club trips or things like that. I went to football games with him, but I was in pep club. I was in Latin club at Clear Lake.
You still remember any Latin?
Ego te amo.
Tell me something funny that happened to you in high school.
I was so quiet, not much happened at school, but my first date with Bill was his senior prom, as I said, and so my dad let me go because my sister and her boyfriend were going. Bill and I had not known each other that long, just at school, and after the prom, the Maradona Drive-In would put on a special showing for all the prom goers, and so we got to go to the drive-in movie like at 1 o'clock in the morning, and so he was driving his parents' station wagon, and all the boys, my sister's boyfriend, all the guys were kidding me that if I let him kiss me 3 times, the seat would go down and a mattress would roll out. So naive, insecure, scared me. I was scared. It was our first date anyway. Was just petrified. So needless to say, he did not get 3 kisses.
How many children did you have?
I have 3.
So he must have gotten his 3 kisses sometime.
He must have gotten 3 kisses in. That is true.
Are you a fan of any particular sports team, college team?
Go Gators! Our youngest daughter graduated University of Florida Law School, and our oldest grandson has graduated University of Florida. So we're definitely a Go Gator family.
Are you coming to the reunion?
I definitely will be at the reunion. Looking forward to it.
Any messages for our classmates from our class of '64?
We're just really eager to see everyone. I hope everyone makes a real effort to get here. I think it'll be tremendous to reconnect with classmates that we haven't seen, some of them in 50 years. So it'll be great. So try really hard to come.
Thanks, Lola.
Thank you.